I got it powering up. We back on. We could go handle y'all business. But yeah, no, that story was crazy. That's crazy. That was crazy.
And the fact that Stephanie is
Stephanie, yeah. No. I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm not even gonna say nothing about it. Because she was shooting, she kept saying my government across social media. I do it like a public figure. I already said my government, but she was spamming it. I just don't rock that way because I wasn't even acknowledging her anymore. Queen, are you there?
Oh my God, can I tell you guys something?
Is Queen there? I didn't know if Queen.
She muted herself. I think she's busy.
It's your Kanika Jenkins time. What do you think about Kanika Jenkins' crime?
As far as what I think about it,
yes,
it is a very heinous crime. Number one, and we are constantly looking at situations of if someone has millions of dollars and they have a large kid like X, somebody like an average girl who gets in hot situations, and we're still puzzled as a people. We're still puzzled over what's happening in this country.
I need you to speak a little louder into your mic.
Yeah, can everybody mute themselves in the back? That'd be great. Yep.
I need you to say, and I need you to come in, and I need you. So listen, this is crazy. This is crazy. We're about to get a 2-for-1. I've been putting together the Kanika Jenkins thing. I wasn't really trying to say it, but I want to give 3 visuals. You have staff, you have friends. Now I have a guy who has reached out to me, okay? Now he's reached out by showing his video, but he reached out in a respectful way to show something else. He literally showed a different individual riding in the car in the back. And what he's alleging is that when it first came out, he had an image that showed tons of blood in a bathtub. He's alleging this. Is it possible a ritual occurred that night?
Can you guys, I don't know about this. Can you guys recap me on this?
Well, Kanika Jenkins was a girl from Chicago, and what blew it up is that to me personally, was that right after the issue, if you see my video, one of my largest videos with the most views was Zach TV. Zach TV was a YouTuber. Now, he interviewed all of her friends and did stories to recap. He was getting contact from people saying that he was doing something a certain way. Now, here's the speculation with his death. Real quick, it's only 2 things. They're saying he got taken out because he was doing interviews with, let's say, local gangs, and he was exposing things he shouldn't have. Another one was people were saying it was directly related to his involvement with the Kanika Jenkins thing. But later on, his boy T Streets was being questioned for his demise. Zach TV was killed. So his boy T Streets gets questioned, and T Streets gets dragged to the police office where he's gone down there willingly on live. As he's entering the police station, he keeps his social media up. Walking through as information is being thrown around. I seen a cop look directly at him, can't miss it. So I'm confused because you can tape authority 100%. You can videotape them, audio record. You don't have to not do it. You can't get forced. But in the police station, yes, they can tell you to put it down because pertinent information can get free. But he walked through it into the interrogation room, held it up while the woman was talking to him. She was talking to him, and he had it up. And then she started naming off well-known individuals authentically placed in Chicago. I claimed it was on purpose because my thoughts dealing with it is that Streets knew more than he should have known about the entire situation. He was his best friend. He knew about it. This caused, in turn, drama. It was a dramatic occurrence. That is what I'm alleging. That is the progression I put into what I was talking about. So that's part of what I'm trying to say. I believe there was more to it than that. Now, dealing with this, I named off two people. You can see the video. It's now at 2,100 views. It's called 54 Chaos Sector in 54 Keys. Those are two other YouTubers that are very, very detailed in their investigation, and they're going very hard at it. Chaos Sector uses video, so does 54 Keys, but 54 Keys does a voiceover. Chaos Sector does a text and read, which is a good synonymous switch. So switching between them both is good. I've now found three other ones that have showed me something different. Now, if she wants me to say her name, I'm gonna say it. But she told me she would have been on with us tonight. She told me she doesn't do these things. So she turned down another interview. My thoughts is she's a close person in Chicago that she doesn't want to come forward. Go ahead.
Excuse me. Half of these dumbass people need to move out of their fucking
YouTube guidelines. Go ahead. To move out of what?
They need to move out of the state if they know all this is reported already.
It has nothing to do with that. They're not really arresting the people they should. They're not arresting the people they should. That's the key. That someone could get off, but if you were claimed a savage, you would be arrested right away. That's the thing. That's the problem. Right now, allegedly, I've also claimed there's an epidemic of young African-American girls in Chicago and Washington, D.C. being kidnapped and found with their organs missing. That is an epidemic in my mind. Yes, a lot of them are missing. So her situation is just synonymous to fit what's going on in Chicago all over. And that's why I brought up the term organ hunting, because this is something that seems to be favorable for the wealthy to come up.
It's crazy.
Yeah, go ahead.
I keep having dreams like that about girls that have done me really dirty. Are you live?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I was gonna say, since I found out a certain thing, I've been having dreams like that about girls who have done me really dirty, and it's crazy because I pray and everything before I go to sleep, and I can't stop having those dreams.
That's crazy. Chris, what is your thoughts?
I agree.
What is your thoughts on this thing with the Kanika Jenkins thing?
It's evil. Who does that?
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's evil.
That's
I just listen, man. I got, it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing. I don't know how. I don't know what to be more pissed at, the people that want it or the people that are actually doing the job to get it done.
right. They're not there mentally at all.
And it's something that America needs to wake up to. It's not just that one state. I think it's the whole country, missing children, missing all these things.
I have people calling me crazy for defending X, but then there's people out here fucking killing females and taking their organs and probably fucking eating them.
Well, no, that's not how it works. The reason it's taken is because minority organs allegedly, and there's no proof I know, they last longer.
Yeah, they're superior to. That's what I read.
So that's my thing with that. But the videos I seen them have, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. It's just very interesting because we see this fat, sloppy clown of a. He looks like Bobo the Clown. Like if you put a red nose on him, it looks like an act's about to start. And he's just so fat and sloppy. Like he looks like a lard with legs. And he's just like moving up and down the hallway. And you could tell it's the most exercise he's had in like 10 years. And he's just like, it's like, what are you rushing around for?
Yeah, everybody's like in a panic all of a sudden.
Now, Anthony Myrie, have you guys heard about that?
That I did not hear about now.
This is an individual that was up in Coxbury, New York, if I said that correctly, Green Correctional Facility. He was talking on the phone with his wife. He hung up on her randomly. He immediately got dragged out. And the next thing, his wife gets a call, oh, he's in critical condition. Then she gets another call, oh, he's dead. She wisely, she's intelligent. She calls the hospital he allegedly should have went to. They have no recollection of him. And since today, they have not even found his body.
That's disgusting.
Wow.
That's
What's the
corruption is real.
this is in a freaking prison. That's why I talk about it. June end. If you want to talk about it. That's why you want to talk about it. Because the reason I brought this up is because I do a mashup. I'm from a place of the hate room. We talk about everything. We talk about that stuff. If you miss it, you miss. Because logic is here. So here's my thing. These two situations are similar. They're similar because there's nobody here, but they find the body and it's missing something. Still, something's missing that was supposed to be there. This just happened. This is being talked about from every superstar around. That's why this interests me. And it makes me honestly want to bring up more of these subjects. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, that's why. Oh man, it's crazy. So here's the thing though, and we're gonna really go in now on that. Was this kind of synopsis in this TzxTentacion situation? What was the aim? What do you presume was the aim of this? You said his bank? Did you say his bank?
I said
Huh? Revenge.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask this. Zabella, in your opinion, do you think a person that was responsible, what do you presume the gender mainly was?
A female.
Do you believe the name I showed you could be this potential female?
Yes. Look at what you sent me. Look how who's quiet now.
I agree. And I now know why they're quiet too.
They've been quiet. They just want to see what's going on with
They
us.
weren't at first.
How far we gonna go.
Before we started the live stream, Zabella, she was in here coming at a bunch of people.
She gonna go kiss my ass. I'll beat her ass.
YouTube guidelines. But that's the thing. So who's Victor? Like, now here's the thing. I seen some very suggestive photos of you, Victor. Now, I don't know if you're an actor too that does X-rated films of some sort that are alternative, but the photos that you had, it wasn't even the photos. It was what you had written. It was very eerie. But I cannot place you anywhere except to the synonymous names that I've showed these guys. Here's the thing. She's hiding her real photo. And she only shows from the eyes up. Huh?
She's not pretty. She's not pretty. Half of these bitches hide their pictures. The only one who only shows her face is Geneva because she used his name for clout.
Geneva looked real skinny though. She looked like she was like 100 pounds.
I could beat her to a pulp too. Let me tell you.
All right.
I was trying to fight her, and she wanted to make amends instead because she knows I'll beat her ass.
Okay, YouTube guidelines.
Let me tell you.
Goodness gracious.
One more thing. The girl bought a freaking sweater for $100 from the recent album Skins. And now she's selling it for $300. And she put up the Parkland shooter as her Valentine's Day. As her Valentine's.
Oh, wow.
Consuela said revenge.
I'm crazy. You guys want to be calling me crazy, but she's putting the Parkland shooter as her Valentine's. But something's wrong with Zabella because she's defending X, right? How is something wrong with me? I'm defending somebody who took care of me.
I don't know if Victor bent his legs up, back. I don't know if he did a split. I just know that I read something and he had a guy like standing behind him. So I didn't know if it was a brother or something. I reread it a little bit later when I was more focused, and I did one of those, what? Because I thought I misread it, and then he had it listed. I don't know. I don't know if someone had their legs wrapped around the back of their head and the thing tooted in. I can't call it. I don't know if that's a normal activity.
Hell no, not for a man. Shit.
I have no comment. June N wants to know, Zabella, why is your IG now private?
Because people keep threatening me. Do you want?
Okay, let me ask this real quick. Let me see. Somebody else says something else.
And don't believe anything Cynthia says because she talks a lot of shit about X. She has nothing nice to say about him. Last time I spoke to her,
Did they go to the funeral? Did they show up at the funeral too, Cynthia and Geneva?
Nobody did. I was the only one. I was one of the first ones in line.
But a lot of people showed up. I'm saying, did they show up?
No. No.
So the girl's picture, you didn't see the girl's picture I showed you?
Which one? Her?
The one that was I showed you in chat.
I didn't see her there.
Okay.
I didn't see her there. I'm telling you, I was one of the first 20 people in line. I got up. I waited 4 hours just to see him. And let me tell you, the Florida heat at 10 something in the morning is not a joke.
Okay, let me keep this real too. Chris, you did have witnessed Queen Prodigy in action. What do you think about her abilities?
I felt comfortable with her. We had a long conversation. I didn't feel anything fake about her. I didn't feel, sketchy around her. I felt like I was in a good place. everything that we were talking about, everything felt just natural, just like everything hit home. It wasn't and I don't have no complaints about her. I know I see these people pop up and giving all this negative energy, giving her a lot of crap about what she does, what she believes in, and you know what? They need to go kick rocks, because you just can't come in and think you can just rain on somebody's what they believe on and destroy what they feel and destroy their energy. That's how I feel.
You cannot keep discrediting somebody when you know nothing. Half of you know nothing, and half of you discredit Queen, and you discredit me, and that's very wrong. Because I was actually around, and everything she's asked me, I've actually cried in reply to her, because it's true. He says stuff still from the day that I met him that nobody knows.
Yeah, I agree. She's definitely hit home with a lot of stuff she said. I just felt at peace with a lot of the stuff she said, and again, it's bad when you got people attacking her. It's horrible. That's like bullying and shit. And I hate that. I just fucking hate that.
And like I said, if they have a problem, they could pay her damn mortgage instead of talking all this shit.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, at some point, people need to have common sense, right? If you go to her IG, you've seen that she was being followed by Cleo and other people, by yourself, Zabella, by TheCzarr. Have some common sense, people, open up your eyes.
I don't know what that is anymore. Everybody runs off their telephone and outside people.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody's in a whole, in a thing of spin here. Because I tell you what, man, I'm somewhat. I try to be spiritual, and I believe in my energies. I believe in a lot of stuff. I have my own beliefs, and I'll be damned if somebody's gonna come and tell me what I should think, do, or feel. It's never gonna happen, man. So that's all. I've told her myself. Just keep doing you. Keep it pushing. Everybody that doesn't like what she does, keep it damn calm to yourself. Go do something.
Now,
there's no reason.
I got something very weird to say. It seems like someone related to the situation had large contact with minors. Get this, minors, and had them go make fictitious claims on her.
Holy shit, I forgot to send this to you, TheCzarr.
Okay, you can send it. But they made it on her social media, claiming that she was charging minors for a reading. Do you believe that to be of her character?
No,
not at all.
I don't either. It's just weird. What startles me is why this person is talking to minors. Now, this is a similar person that we dealt with recently, but it seems they're having contact with minors when we know that they deal in different things that don't suit a minor age. That's prison. If you get caught with a minor in any situation, that's a prison sentence.
Yeah, you're done.
So I'm pretty confused why they're having contact with any minors. That really. So
are you talking about the same person I used to work with?
Maybe not work with, but
my ex-manager. Are you talking about my ex?
No, I'm not. But unless you know,
because I got a picture to show you.
Okay, and I will look at that, and I will push it. I got a picture I'm gonna hold up. Does anyone in Commenter Nation? I don't want to. Hold on. I want to do this right. Hold on, because I don't want to.
Oh, buddy. Let me tell you something.
What you're about to show me? Hold on. Hold on.
I'm about to show you.
Yeah. I gotta ask this off air real quick first. Hold on. I can't ask this on air. I don't know. Let me ask this. No, what does Bad Baby have to do with TxxTentacion?
Screw him. He's talentless.
No, I said Bad Baddie, that girl. Catch Me Outside.
To do with him at all. Like, I saw one of the episodes where he was supposedly talking to her. I highly doubt that.
Yeah, because she's young. Yeah, it looks like she's trying to put herself in situations to spread her legs. Is this allegedly true?
Yes. Hell yeah, look at her.
I can't tell.
She's
I don't.
famous for disrespecting her mom, bro.
That's absolutely true. That's true. But I don't know how it's acceptable she's hanging out with men over the age of 18. Normally. I don't get that. You're underage. Why are you hanging out with? Why are you 16 trying to put yourself around someone who's 20? I don't understand.
Oh my God! Look at when he got arrested, Czar.
Which one?
Oh my! Yo, you're gonna shit yourself.
Hold on, let me go back.
I've never noticed that. Wow, look at that. That's my old manager's best friend. You know exactly who that is. That's the miss. Oh, he got arrested before with
Oh, I did say something to this guy. I did say something to this guy. Hold on, let me see something else.
He kept trying to defend me though recently, and then something happened where we clashed again, and he turned on me, and now look at where he's at with no bail.
Whoa! So this is what he. When did he get charged with this?
Jose's birthday. X's birthday.
Wait, where was this arrest location?
In Miami.
Woo! All that? No, where in Miami?
I think by the beach.
That's
where they hang out now.
How is he free?
He's not free. He's still in jail.
Okay.
He doesn't even have bail.
Okay. I was about to say, ain't no way you get free off of that. You told something. There's no way you're free on those charges. Oh my gosh.
Minors,
what were you doing?
Again. Minors, again. You want to know who was the minor? You remember my best friend?
Are you saying this is connected to that?
It has to be, because that's the one that lived with us.
Interesting.
That's the one that lived with
Wait,
us and had a second.
How was he the only one that got caught then?
You already know, Czar.
This guy's flexible. He's flexible. I ain't got nothing else to say. You're flexible, man. If you didn't get bagged for that, you're flexible. I'm sorry. Your legs are spread behind your head. I mean, you're doing tricks that ain't no one ever seen done before. There's no way to get out of that. He's the only one that gets picked up. Listen, when that charge happens, it's usually for a group. It's not like one person. I'm not understanding.
Him and my old manager got arrested for trafficking a minor. And they even have a song called Human Traffic. That's actually pretty famous for, I don't even know why. It's disgusting.
Who's this girl on this, the one you sent me before that? Who's that? You'll never get enough XP to unlock me?
That's the girl that flew in from Seattle, and once she found out that X was writing music for me, she got really jealous and left and never came back.
Yeah, X was smart. She wasn't worth putting an investment in. She wasn't worth an investment. I don't know what's wrong with her.
Let me tell you, the minute she saw him and I fight, she went to the room. And I don't know what it was, but we heard her screaming. And he didn't even pay attention to her. He kept trying to fight with me to try to figure out what was wrong. And I kept screaming, I love you, I love you, I love you. Like, that bitch ain't shit, I love you. Like, literally.
Okay, well,
she disappeared off the face of the earth, and somehow somebody found her.
I'm not going to say the name. Respect to whoever's going on saying they're innocent on Instagram. We ain't talking about you. Why do y'all keep doing this? Where's his handlers? Where's his handlers at? Come in here. Come back in here. Yeah, I spoke to your handlers. Come back in here. What is he doing? What are you doing? Dummy. Focus. Everyone focus.
Oh, no way. I just saw that. No way.
Yeah, I know.
TheCzarr.
No, I know. Don't say anything. Guys, I don't care if we got a few people in here. We get it lit everywhere else. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is.
If he's innocent, he better fucking tell everyone.
We ain't got nothing. We're not even talking to him. Let him go. No one even mentioned him. Listen.
Yeah.
I spoke to the right people. I don't have nothing else to say. If he's going up there, he's doing it on his own accord. I know who needs to be known. And I told him that. I already told him that. I ain't got nothing else to say. Because I have respect for a lot of other people that I'm not going to be disrespectful that way. Because, wait, here's the thing. Now, back to that news anchor info I showed you. The news anchor. Like, you never saw her before?
Show me again.
It wasn't her picture. It was that name. You know, they hid pictures and hid names and stuff. And at that time, I wasn't at her like that. Because she was moving accordingly. And looking at her past, I'm not shocked. Hey, she did her thing. She moved around. I don't know. I ain't got nothing to say. She did her thing. I ain't got I don't know how she did. I would say she's the most elusive. If I'm going to give anyone credit, it's to the pseudo news anchor. You're the most elusive. In terms of respect, TheCzarr gives you your respect. You're most elusive that.
She has a mugshot.
I know.
She's
But
ugly too. What the hell's going on, bro?
But as far as other things I have to put knowledge-wise towards that, she's most elusive because it's nothing. I just don't know why she's talking to the other girl. Like, if you're on here, answer me. Why are you even acknowledging the other girl? What's the purpose? Why are you doing that? Why are you putting yourself around others when, from what I see, you're a solo dolo? You're solo dolo. What is your connection to these people? Why would you play news anchor? I don't understand. That's the only thing I'm like, okay. What, she wanted to be a journalist? I don't know.
She's not going anywhere with her career.
Well, obviously.
She messed up. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. You messed up your career doing whatever the hell you got that mugshot for. You know that. You know that loud and clear.
I mean, this.
I'm not trying to be spiteful, but if you work for the law, you cannot have a mugshot. It's common sense. I'm sorry. You're not going to go anywhere. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
I don't know anything. Now the next subject. Let's talk about. Hold on.
Biting them in the ass, bro.
Yep.
let's talk about the suspect angle. Now, my thing is dealing with suspects that we overall seen. Queen Prodigy, are you there?
Still here.
I want you to just in a segment tell me your overall feel, not only dealing with this situation, but the current status that we are in as far as the youth in these situations such as Tentacion's, like where drama starting. As we seen, Ski Mask has just been called out on a beef with another guy saying he owes him money. What is this drama about?
That used to live with us.
Huh?
That used to live with us. On and off. Repeatedly. For 2 years.
So he helped him out more than just the money he handed him.
Yes, all of us have, actually.
So why would he feel slated that this guy owes him if he did all that?
Because he's famous now. That's
Okay.
the most. Now that he has fame, and you're gonna call him out, you're gonna attract the attention, and I think he's smart for doing that. And I'm not gonna be defending him anymore. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't care anymore.
Okay. I'm just saying
That's
maybe he helped him. It was smart. It just depends. I don't know. I think it was kind of dumb.
I don't think so. Because him doing that is gonna have a couple other people calling him out, and the truth is gonna come out. Watch. I give it 2 more weeks. I give it 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm calling it. I give it 2 weeks.
Okay.
Nobody can stay quiet for so long about a murder. And if you do, you're evil.
We'll see. There's a,
Yeah, I know.
But Queen, what is your thoughts on all of this?
I have, and I kind of looked, basically, I with even knowing anyone in this situation, this is just like information from what he would say to me as far as having any any situations amongst the people he was with, and he was clear about someone. Yes, there was a skin release party, and everybody came at, but obviously there was some tension prior to that situation where, members only who are kind of comfy and said that.
You're going in and out somewhat.
Okay, hold on 1 second. All right, can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
He's coming in and out.
So there was a situation dealing with Ski, to where, as I stated before, I didn't know anything about what was happening with anybody. This is just like basically from what was being gathered from my intuition and also communicating with Ja. Okay, so essentially there was a situation that was occurring.
Don't even call them members only, Queen. All of them are very rare. They're not members only. Please don't call them that.
Okay, well, I don't know the terminology, but sure, very rare, whomever they are. They were having issues with Ski, and there was a situation to where, as everyone noticed, that he was distancing himself from everyone else who was basically around Ja.
His bro.
Okay, let her complete it. Go ahead, Queen.
So basically, from that point, it seemed as if there was a situation that was occurring. I already knew that there was like a drift or something that was kind of off about what was happening. And, he, don't get me wrong, Ja loves everybody, but at the same time, too, he's going to call people out when he's hurt. He is. That's just who he is.
And basically, you know, like I stated before, they all came together for the Skins release party, which was nice, but there were tensions happening simply because of the fact that there was a song with Ja, and other people put verses on it. I believe Flyboy put a verse on it, maybe somebody else, I'm not too sure. And essentially, Ski went behind their back, took the song, put it on his album, and took the rest of the other members off of the actual track. And so they were upset and saying, you know, it's the principle of the fact that, you know, we all communicate with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all communicate with what business moves are going to be made, and you know, this was supposed to be on, you know, for members, you know, for the members only album or for whatever album they had going on, and they were pretty upset about that. And given the fact that, you know, the excuse was from him is that he's dealing with a lot of social anxiety. He doesn't really trust people and know how to really love. And I kind of feel like on some level, everyone in this industry has a situation to where they don't trust a lot of people in general. But when you're dealing with people that are in your crew, you eat with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you eat with them, you sit with them, you do what you got to do. Now, keep in mind, I did not get to see the full conversation until as of recently, to where it was like a 17-minute clip showing and going back and forth between two lives between Ski and the other gentlemen that were actually talking. So basically, it was stated by one of the people from TheCzarr, members only, whichever way, however you want to call it. Basically, they were saying, they say what happened during Rolling Loud, right? Say what he said during Rolling Loud. And basically, it was stated that he told John that allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly, that they couldn't be friends anymore. And so it just kind of created another situation to where I would assume naturally that would probably hurt his feelings, you know, because Ja really saw this person as his brother, as someone he cared for dearly, and would do anything for. I mean, he took a friggin' punch in the face for this dude. And it had nothing to do with him in the first place, but he stood up for him and was constantly there. And, you know, there were other stories in the background stating that, you know, this person, Ski specifically, didn't actually show up when, you know, he was locked up, or even, you know, just putting, you know, money up on his books for commissary. Like, just different situations to where he does a lot of,
I can vouch for that.
Snake stuff. He does a lot of snake stuff. And I kind of already called him out on that actually before knowing all of this information. But then it just, I mean, everything just kind of just blew, you know, out of the water, and kind of went on the internet and went all over the place to kind of back up everything that I've already been saying, period.
I mean,
selfish ass stuff, bro. Some selfish ass people, bro.
I'm telling you, I can vouch for that because
now, Queen, also, we had Chris A briefly mention, you know, that he talked in detail about what he respected about what it is you brought to him when you did your readings and things. Could you get a little bit more in depth on exactly what had occurred, what people were saying that was you felt was of disrespect?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that again?
We recently had Chris talk about his brief a reaction or interaction with you during the readings. What is your thoughts on the issue that occurred while you were doing the readings and stuff? You said you told something about someone communicating with minors to make certain insinuations about your character.
Okay. So basically, let's go back to the briefing of what happened. Again, with me, I actually cyberbullied, targeted, harassed, and defamed for my character by a sub manager. I'm just going to say the manager, the whale, the school shooter, and the emotional character. Now, the emotional character actually was the main person, to which I initially thought was the manager. Now, when that happened, because a lot of people were saying that it was the manager, I naturally apologize for it because it hasn't been confirmed whether that is the manager or not. Apparently, this emotional character is a 20-year-old person who essentially talks to a lot of people who are real and basically got a bunch of, and you know, to be honest with you, this manager even encouraged that to happen as well. That's the truth. There's no doubt about it. I even have screenshots of other people saying, oh, hey, I made sure that this person's page got taken down, and he's basically gloating about his army size. So anyway, moving on from that point, I got in touch with and found out that this emotional character, who was very close, I'm assuming, with this manager, convinced a bunch of kids who were about 12, 13, 14, etc., to basically flag my page, get it taken down, shut down, etc. So I'm going to say it like this. I don't know how serious the situation is going to turn out, but I do know this, is that when I told the manager that you're going to have to answer to the higher ups, I'm not playing, because they're coming for everybody that was involved in the situation.
Okay. So there was no a point at which they chose to address these other people, but it was just like all the heat was on you from the interaction.
Correct. To the point to where no one has ever asked. I mean, let's be honest. There was a chat that was created, and I believe the whale took it upon herself to invite this manager and the emotional character. To which, funny enough, they claim that, you know, don't be on any high school drama, but they're full of it. A 40-year-old grandmother who fantasizes about X basically ejaculating inside of her. She's completely out of character, and she talks about not having to have any high school drama, but at the same time too, she likes to create the drama and spread lies about me, and even stated that I was speaking ill of Ja's people and everything. And my thing is that I would never. Why would I sit there and defend someone so hard, like he was my own brother, like he was my own flesh and blood, and be that disrespectful to anybody else ever? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. If anything, I would always try to defend people. I always try to look out, praise people, we give some sort of love in some sort of way to anybody that I encounter. But when somebody is trying to basically state that they're not creating drama, yeah, they are. They're snakes. They want to take whatever information that you have and basically try to use it against me, or try to say that I'm scamming people, or I'm a false prophet, or I'm a snake, or whatever. But at the same time too, I had a group of people who were also in that chat and said, and basically began defending me. Now, there were minors that I have given readings to that I never charged at all. I never charged them at all. And they came to my defense and said, I'm sorry. You're absolutely wrong. She's been on the phone with me for hours telling me about myself that I would never even tell my parents.
Interesting. So there you have that part about it. And yes, the part about the older women and wanting to, trust me, throughout the situation, likewise, I have felt the heat that they wanted TheCzarr's juice at times. Just hard up on, not letting me be free and be me. There have been moments throughout this series that I had to deal with some of the same things. So I could only imagine for a superstar, it's on a much crazier level. But at that being the case, why is it that they don't see where they're at, where they're wrong? I mean, let me ask this, Chris A. Do you presume that from your viewpoint of what you now know, that revenge is a possible motive for this overall occurrence with X?
There's only revenge. There's only revenge, jealousy, hate. That's all. That's all I see. That's all I see from everybody, man. Everybody, people probably turn, his own closest people probably turn his back on him. Money is evil. Money is the root of all evil.
So it's just hard to wrap my head around. $50,000 made 4 random dudes risk life in prison to do this. That's where it's like, do you believe there could have allegedly been money up front to influence them?
That's to me.
Do you believe that it's possible that there could have allegedly been a payment up front to these individuals in order for them to do what they did?
I believe so. I also believe we need to look also a little bit more than that, a little farther into it. Like, who's the one that gave on the connect to these people? Who was the middleman or the middlewoman that got these people linked with all these other people, realtors and these corrupt people?
Mm.
Who was the one? That's the missing piece of the puzzle. Who connected them all? To me, honestly, a realtor don't seem to be hanging out.
Who did connect them all? Listen, in all fairness, I don't want to be Captain Obvious to even think through that, because what if it's meant to be this way to make someone look guilty, but it was someone else? I don't want to run it that way, but Zabella, here's our safe out. Zabella, these connections that are being made,
yes.
Where is this being made at? The agent, the man, like who? You don't have to say it, huh?
Bruno's house.
No,
I'm gonna say his name. His house. Our old manager's house.
But right,
let's
say it is his house, but that doesn't mean he's doing it though, right?
Then it has to be the people around him and his friends.
But it doesn't mean he's doing it. It's that's the thing, because
now he's innocent though. Right, TzeRr? Now he's innocent.
I don't know. I can't say either way. What I can say is that Panama and Victor, they look so funny. And with this recent connection we made, it's like I can't get it out my mind. Like, they're guilty of something. I don't know what it is. You're definitely guilty of something. Now that I made this connection, you're guilty of something. I don't see what yet. I'm not seeing it through your eyes, but you two did something. The fact you rushed the social media out, the fact she was saying she was somewhere that I got from the horse's mouth that you weren't.
Hey, and TzeRr, can I say something?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's not forget about there was a few months back. Don't forget, I hadn't been on for maybe a couple of days, 2 days maybe, and I watched maybe 2, 3 TV videos. And when I came back and I looked at my inbox, I seen that you reached out. You said that somebody had made a whole account under my name and was trying to bash you.
Right.
And I know that was right around the time when the panel came around.
Yeah.
There was something else also popping off with somebody else. And I'm like, wait, and I'm looking, and I find it, and it was also with another commenter. We're seeing screenshots and like a fake name and saying all this crazy shit about you. And I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like that's when I caught on and I said, wait a minute, this shit is like really real. You know, like they're literally in here trying to disrupt everything.
Everything.
You know what? I figured they did that because you were giving me props and shout outs, you know. We gave you 1 or 2 videos and I just felt like this is what I knew they was hopping on and they was watching from the beginning. And I believe in a lot more things.
White lines. That's why they pop it off now.
And I told you, some of these are white nationality even before I even knew them. So I knew that's how they got it, where they got it from. I knew where they went, they found it, and that's when I found out everything was just like, all right, this is really real. TheCzarr's hitting them. They know it's probably one of the only channel really talking about things in depth and in detail, as much detail as you can put out. And you know, I rocked with you since then, because I was just here like everybody else, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Like, you're really trying to pull one over the people. You're really trying to pull one over.
Let me say something, June N. No, it is not the case. We already talked behind the scenes, and I can guarantee you that we could give a great idea objectively, but it's not too lawfully, so I can't say it. Trust me. Right now, we're still jabbing. We're still jabbing. I am very aware of somebody who looks the funniest, who we can potentially connect everyone to. But there's no proof solidly. There's just no proof. But yeah, it sucks that there's no proof, but all we need you to do is slip up once. All I need you to do is like go what like you're about to slip out a door. All I need you to do is do that once, and I got you.
Hey, you're already saying he's innocent, so that's one.
Well, it's not it. He's been nothing but a puppet. That's obvious.
He's a little butt pirate.
I don't know anything about that. I have no clue. But I can tell you, I know he's a puppet, and I made the connect. He helped. You want to know what's crazy? He helped make the connection. If he didn't come out, and I'm being honest, if you didn't come out and do what you did, we might have never been able to make the connection. That's why I thanked you. I don't understand. I thanked you. Like, it was like you thanked him, and he got real mad. I'm like, I said thank you. Who do you say thank you to? And they're like, don't say thank you. I'm like, whoa, thank you. You don't like thank you? No one's ever said, hey, thanks. Like, that's when I started looking like, wait, who was he again? And that's when I put it together. You were in the dark. I would have never known. I wouldn't have known who you were, what you did, who you hung around, who you knew first. I wouldn't have known any of that. Not even about a real estate agent. It was you who made the connect. I'm like, wait. That's exactly how it went. I mean,
I'm telling you, man, the white lines are flying the brain.
That's crazy. And this ex-managers, the dude, they used to wear all these animal Halloween masks, right? The same dude.
I'm gonna tell you something crazy. While all this is going on, my ex-manager disappeared, and he's trying to go to Paris now. He's trying to move to Paris.
that's not going to work.
Oh no.
I'm not going to say why. I'm not going to add nothing else. That's not going to work. Even if you get there, not going to work. But you're not seeing where they're at. Like, he's just missing where they're actually at. We're all over the UK. You're going to be noticed.
At the end of the day, I understand, like, it's a little upsetting having to start over, etc., doing what I had to do, but at the same time, too, I didn't understand why someone was going so hard. I barely said anything about it. But at the same time, I can understand why they're afraid of me, too. I can understand why they're afraid of me, and if I have to be the connection to get the attention to be focused more on, not only just the aspect of cyber bullying, the aspect of the defamation of character, and also talking about a man's mom is very disrespectful, and then deleting it and thinking that it won't get back to the higher ups.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can tell you, Cleo wouldn't have respected that. She wouldn't have liked that. I know that much. I know she don't rock like that. That was crazy. And I mean, the thing is, she is. If she isn't, she will be aware. I mean, it's only a matter of time for that angle.
She's aware, man. She's just tired of everybody. She's exhausted right now. Her brain is she's tired, man. She's tired. Her son is gone. Her oldest baby, her only oldest child is gone. You know?
But
that's a toll.
Yeah, but it's definitely not going in vain.
I know. Tell you what, they get caught. She's gonna be the happiest woman alive.
Yeah, but I got another question for y'all. Yeah, don't mind. And this is just from comments this point. Not to make anybody feel insulted or disrespected. And my question is this: how come there hasn't been any real, like, specific, not evidence, but any real, there hasn't been a real true comment. We're going almost on a year now. No statement, no awards.
Keep fighting, bro. That's why I keep fighting. Yo, thank you. Everybody said it.
I watched the awards, and I haven't heard a peep of rest in peace, Jose.
Queen,
I watched it. I've seen them. Nothing at all.
Queen, you did a minor story on this. What are your thoughts on it? Queen?
I'm sorry, repeat that again?
He's talking about why X wasn't mentioned on the Grammys. I see you posted about this.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm walking out right now. But anyway, just to comment on that, I just think that, as I stated before, from this whole situation, I always felt that there was a very strong connection between how people have more accessibility to media, how they blatantly disrespected him in the sicko mode video, very clearly, and then they go on stage, accept their Grammy, and then snub it just to kind of say, look what I can do, but I really don't care about this thing anyway, you know? You can see that there are a lot of strings that were being pulled, and the excuse to actually use the fact that his prior lifestyle or prior situation or prior allegations have something to do with the fact that he cannot be commemorated as he respectfully should, is a slap in the face, simply because of the fact that when he was going through trial, going through all of these different processes, as you stated before, it's no different than the 4 men that are being locked up and charged right now. These men are technically still innocent men until proven guilty. That's the same thing for Jackson. But at time two, not only that, but in Florida, when you pass away, you are considered an innocent man, and all charges are dropped. So I just kind of feel as if you are not putting in the effort to being a puppet in that industry, then they do not want to honor you simply because of the fact that this was a very powerful young man who didn't have to answer to anybody. And that is something that they're not going to respect, because at the end of the day, when you're looking at Universal Music Group, who owns practically every other sub-label underneath them, and they also own, I believe they also own, Seagram's Gin, actually. All of these things are connected. You have to think about it. They're all connected.
How old are all of them?
Trillion-dollar companies are connected. Everything connected to Pepsi and the Super Bowl, all of these advertisements are connected. Period. And you either play their game or
hit that like button. Hit that like button. You coming through here? Stop playing.
He was the youngest one.
Stop playing.
He was the youngest one in the game.
And there's something else to Queen, real quick, just so to just to touch up on that real quick. So if this is all a marketing scheme and this is the way they want to control it, how can they control? And this goes for Miss Cleo. This is not an attack or any type of anything towards it. It's just questions. How is it that you can accept awards for your son, right, and have people waiting just to hear, you know what? This is for you. Rest in peace. I'm not gonna attack her because I'm not. I don't know, you know, why, or maybe she was being controlled not to say certain things. But then people start raising their eyebrows, like, wait a minute, there goes one award, there goes two awards, two different shows, three different shows. We haven't even heard anything really truly publicly come out that said, you know what, and confirm, you know what, rest in peace, Jazzy. You know, and it's like people start to get stuck, and then you know, they start to feel like, wait a minute, man, are we getting played? We're not getting played. I feel for her. She, you know, it's always hard to lose a child, you know, and you know, what's really going on? Just feel the people too, and understand that your son was always reaching out to people for that attention, that love, that care, and we accepted it, and he accepted everybody else, and it's just a little bit more comforting to the fans to know, you know, why hasn't any real public statement come out except for merchandising and promoting? And it's just strange, and it's just like TheCzarr has said in the previous video, stuff is happening out of the norm, and you know, that's not norm, and you know, it's just questioning. It's like who's gonna really ask these questions to her, and hope that nobody gets feels insulted, because it's not an insulting thing. It's we want facts, we want truth, we want justice, and whatever happens at the end of the day, just know we didn't know you. Millions of people didn't know you. You know, the closest thing that we have to X at this moment in this channel is Zabella and Queen working with him and being with him. That's it. That's all we have. So don't, you know, forgive us if we're a little emotional and we get, you know, sprung up on this whole situation. We just want everybody, you know, to just feel at peace and at ease. The kid, I can tell you what, I have a good ear for music. The kid was going places, man. The kid was golden. He was gonna, I believe he was gonna surpass Drake, surpass all these people. There was a lot of hate, and you know, unfortunately, we lost somebody that could have paved the way for a new generation and been on top of this whole thing. You know, that's how I feel. You know, and as a fan, and somebody that loves his music and appreciate it, even if his music was short, song was a minute or two, it was always much appreciated.
It's fire.
Just to comment on that really quick. I'm sorry, I need to put in something.
No, you're fine.
Quick. Again, this is an open investigation. Okay, this is an open investigation, and more than likely, people, whomever they are, family, friends, close relatives, whomever, whatever is going on, they may not have the opportunity to truly be able to speak up as of this moment in time. And also given the fact that, you know, someone is doing their best to try to heal from this situation, but also, you know, be honored or honor their child. Like, that's a very sensitive situation. So just keep in mind that maybe sometimes certain people can't say certain things because of the investigation that is currently pending.
Shout.
I agree.
Shout to Miss Mac, who introduced me to Queen Prodigy. That's the only way I knew about you. One day she hit me up on Twitter, said, hey, I know somebody named Queen Prodigy. You need to speak to her, and I did. So shout to Miss Mac for that. I'm going to address somebody who just sent something to me. And I'm going to read it for you guys publicly. Lovely Tashay said, speaking of Cleo, TheCzarr, I hope you know people will start assuming you're working with her behind closed doors and getting paid. Well, here's what I want to say. People can believe what they want. Number one, I know most of you are having direct phone contact with someone that made false claims about me from what I've been told by people I've spoken to. I know that. And I know some of you are still having continued contact to develop what you think about me. That's fine too. I also know that if someone preemptively did that at this moment, even if I'm to consider that someone's going to think that way, they're going to be influenced to think that way. Let me tell you something. Conversation behind doors with certain people about specific contacts is no different than what Panama did. No different. That's matter of fact, that's exactly what she was doing. Calling people up behind, messaging them, saying things about me. That's fine. But I want to tell you, as a man, that does not define me. As a entertainer, that does not define me. As someone who is actually investigating, that does not define me. What defines me is my works. So someone can talk around it all day. What if every day I was doing stuff? And Stephanie, you may have told me about her, but the only time I acted on it is when Miss Max said something. You probably did mention that you knew her. But as far as direct contact, I received her number and her information from Miss Mac, just to clarify that. Having Cleone alive, I will speak with her, but I can tell you, I vouch for what Queen said. She's at a point where she's tired of it. Do you know how many people are putting information out directly targeting her? Some people are messaging her disrespectful things daily. She's going through it a lot. So I will speak with her. It will be up to her, but it will be a very controlled subject matter that we talk about. Again, she is in a position where she's speaking less and moving a certain way. That's the best way I can explain it. She's speaking less and moving a certain way, and that's just where she's at. What she deserves it. Imagine if you lost someone that was most critical to you. You'd barely even be speaking. Some people wouldn't be moving on in life to make moves. So she's making moves and doing things in life. So there's only certain things she can address while this case is open. Listen, if you're to presume everything we've been saying on this channel is true, the danger still exists for what actually happened. They have not reached out to the responsible parties yet. That's the thing. There's still responsible parties that need to be addressed and or discluded. Like, I mean, no objectivity, just fact. So that being the case, she's not going to speak a lot. And
I can understand that.
And I wanted to say about Panama. Panama blocked me on Twitter where I was talking to her. I seen her photos change. I mean, if someone's so credible, you would have come up by now. Not just sliding here on a fake name and hit dislike. You would have showed yourself. But that's okay. You know that's okay with me, right? You know I don't even dislike you. Matter of fact, if anybody remembers when I read on my live stream, I still said that you could speak. But everything you wanted to say was disrespecting me. You just wanted to disrespect me every chance your lips open. And you wouldn't stop. So I was like, well, I don't want you here in front of me. It's like, are you gonna, in real life, are you gonna keep standing around someone that's looking at you like, oh, you say you're Panamanian? You look so crusty. Someone said that you look good. You look like the Wicked Witch. Like, if someone was disrespecting you consistently, you wouldn't hang around them. The same way I just don't hang around anybody else who is. Repeat what you repeated to me, Zabella. You have June asking when you first met X and what year. Zabella? Is Zabella there? Hold on.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I have a commenter that's asking when you first met X in what year?
2014 in high school through an actual girlfriend of mine.
June. She said 2014 through a friend of hers. in high school.
We both dropped out at the same time.
They both dropped out at the same time.
Oh, everybody's quiet now.
But yeah, I'm just going through commenters. You're allowed to put questions. I'll give y'all a minute to answer questions. You know, I'll go through it.
I gotta say, X looked like he was cool as fuck to chill with.
Yeah, he just had a temper. He had a hell of a temper.
I'll just say that he's still cool to chill with. He still is. He's a very good person, very charming person. And I mean, to be completely honest with you, when all of this initially started for me, I mean, every morning when I would wake up, like, it was always, you know, good morning, say my name, etc. But like, always like doing little things to just like, how can I say it? Just to make people smile, you know, make people feel special. And I would always say, whatever, boy, you ain't getting past me, whatever, you know, like kind of brush him off. But I did it because I knew that he had a good heart. I could feel that. I could feel that he has a very good heart. And he deserves to be honored in the best way that anybody can give that respect to him.
He has a beautiful soul, don't get that wrong, but if you crossed him, he will F you up.
Now,
oh, there's no difference between me and him. That's the reason why everybody's looking at me like, oh, why are you snapping over this petition? Or why are you snapping over your social media when people are disrespecting you or disrespecting X for that matter? No, I take that to heart. When you come for me or when you come for people that I truly care about, it's on. That's just what it is. And maybe that's just, I don't know if it's Jamaican character. I have no idea what it could be. And at the same time, too, I can understand how somebody can really wear their heart on their sleeves and really be passionate about something.
To Stephanie real quick, she said they just don't want anyone to know, but I appreciate your determination. I want answers too, but we may never get them, just like people are still wondering if Tupac's alive. I mean, at this point, you want to know what I think? I think that I want people to realize that the All Rights Reserved channel, when I made it, there was one simple thing in mind. I said, we live our lives many different ways, but we all have rights, and we're all reserved to our own thinking and our own opinion without infringing upon others, which is the basis of laws and everything we have. So, in how I think, I know people look at it like, you know, oh, is he alive or is he gone? I look at it as a situation occurred, who's responsible, and depending on who's responsible, who else does it connect to? Because I think this one situation always has a connection to another situation, no matter how large or small. So if we're looking at an outcome of a situation, there was something else that happened to affect it in some way, shape, form, or fashion, even if it was from long distance. Just the occurrence, that energy could have brought upon the occurrence of something else dealing with it. And that's the reason why I look at the information how I do. And I don't look whether to even chase to see if he's alive or gone. I want to know, presuming if the information given to me is correct, why are these other things around not matching up? That's all I ask. That's all I ask. I don't ask those, like I do, may verbally ask them, but my thought process just says, why aren't these things matching up with this synonymous outcome being answered? And that's how I'm able to produce my identity. I mean, when I started this, guys, there was big time YouTubers taking shots, like left and right, like nonstop. And I was like, wow. I was like, interesting. Then they made fake usernames I caught them on, and they were coming at me in the comments. I'm like, wow, even more interesting. That's when it really made me dawned on me that this is it. Like, I got the right idea. Because if you're not getting haters, you ain't doing it right. You just ain't.
Let me tell you something. What you just said made me smile from ear to ear, and it's been hard for me to do that because of what's been going on and the threats. But honestly, if I was wrong, I wouldn't be receiving these specific threats. Very specific threats. We've said it before, and you're right. You're very right.
I mean, it's all for a reason. They're not. No one's gonna sit around and
It's
try.
all childhood. Let me tell you, Czar, and you know it yourself, and Queen knows it. It's all people that were around, that were jealous, and were childhood friends, and were trying to get with me.
Now, hold on. Someone said something else. Also, Czar, can you explain or touch base on how someone could end up on the witness list of a suspect that's close to a victim? Now, remember, I did a video revising that they were on the witness list of prosecution. Now, if they are on the defense witness list, I'd have to see another one. Someone else showed me one that showed they were on prosecution witness list. But that is still interesting because I don't know where they fit in. I didn't see him on the scene. I didn't see him hanging around. We only have get this. The two people we have claiming to be around are the two people, no, three, because it's Victor, including his brother. The three people that were making the claims they knew what was going on and were getting this information are the three people not on the witness list.
Right. Yep.
I've already stated that when we did a couple of lives back, that there are some characters saying certain things that have nothing to do with the situation, and I basically claimed them to be crisis actors, and I didn't understand why they were on such a major platform to hurt so many people that really wanted the truth.
Because the truth is too dark.
I'm still confused on how the media outlet got this so quick. I'm still confused on how TMZ got this. I'm still confused on how White Boogie with the red hoodie was right in the video and the shot of what they took. It's just a whole bunch of it's just a lot.
Let me tell you, I was the second person to find out he got killed. Just put it that way. I was the second, other than Ski. Somebody made sure word got to me that he got shot. And when man, that shit hurt. It hurt. Cause we were trying to see each other. We were all trying to hang out again and fix the friendship and everything. And it's just, it hurt me. Like I fell to my knees. I felt like part of my soul left my body. And I still feel that way. And that's why I keep pushing.
And that's the same energy and the memory you hold on to when these guys hop up trying to make terms. Listen, I ain't even got to feel that energy to know what it's about.
It hurts. It hurts. That was my best friend.
And that's what's most messed up is that people involved, they're so worried about the money in their own lives that they don't want nothing to happen to them. Again, I'm saying this for a reason.
He was helping kids with mental illnesses. There's nobody doing that. There's no one doing that. And it just hurts me. It hurts because all these kids tell me the same thing. And it's crazy because half of his fan base follows me and they found me through dreams that he makes them have. I don't even know these kids and they have found me through him because of the dreams he gives them. So it's like, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? I'm not bad. I'm not chasing clout. I'm not looking for money. If it were like that, I wouldn't even be talking no more. It's almost 8 months, and I'm still here fighting for him. Nobody else is doing that.
And I think I think they're about to have a knockout. Because now that I've had these realizations, it's only a matter of time before they realize it too. And someone could scream they're innocent and this and that, but let me tell you something. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, flaps like a duck, has the behaviors of a duck, I'm not going to be like squirrel. It doesn't make sense.
It must
So
taste like a duck too.
listen, it's all the activities, and like I said, listen, I never had ordinary people here. Like you may see people like, oh, these are just. If you knew who it was, you'd be like, oh, turn off the computer. You would be out. I can say that much. I'm telling you, it's never. I don't know why you tell someone, I got these new J's. They see you got new J's. They'll see it's the real new J's. And the first thing they say, oh, those are fake. And you're like, what? I just showed you it. They're like, nah, those are fake. It's sometimes you don't want to believe what's real. So you define real as who you are. Because you're oh, I ain't speaking on the situation. I'm not doing that. Go ahead and think that's real. Because the time you ever hear of a boy that cried wolf? I'm sure they have. The time you're screaming is the time you'll really need it.
That's what they used to call him in the house, and they used to make fun of him.
Interesting. I have nothing else to say on that note. If you don't think my ability's real, I have nothing else to say on that note. I have nothing else to say to you.
Czar, do you remember what he used to call himself?
I'm listening, but
The wolf in sheepskin.
I ain't got nothing else to say.
Well, my tropic
Greatest nation since United Nations.
My tropic astrology is in the wolf, so I'm the she wolf. So if they're gonna go ahead and come for me, and also another thing too, another thing, I don't give out my government or say anything like that, and I won't do that. But at the same time too, my middle name is very much in Swahili and Sanskrit, and it means born on a Monday, born on a moon day, and happiness. So at the end of the day, if people really want to test what is real, as I stated before, I get my information and whatever comes to me from the moon, from the sun, from the universe, period. So at the end of the day, John knows exactly what he is doing by getting me involved.
Yes. Tomorrow, we're definitely going to be checking back in. I'm going to hit everybody up. It's going to be between, I'm going to have it posted tomorrow morning. It's going to be between afternoon and the night again. It's probably going to be closer to the afternoon quickly. And we're just going to do an hour wrap up with my quiz questions. I'm going to be asking everyone and everyone's going to be answering. I look forward to meeting back up with all three of you tomorrow. And we're going to get back into it. But dang, a lot has been answered. I feel like it's only been better. And I look forward to talking with everybody tomorrow.
It feels better, and you want to know something else? I appreciate all three of you. Just from a comment, again, circle. I appreciate you. If I follow all three of you, I felt you guys are real. No bullshitting. You guys are straight to the point. And I'm glad. I appreciate it. I'm glad I'm able to be around everybody on your channel, on your platform. And, thanks for having me,
Absolutely. Everybody give the social medias. Go over and follow these people's social medias. Start off, it could go anyone first.
Okay, I'll start off with me. If that's you can follow me on Instagram. That's Chris_A. That's AY3. Chris A.
Queen.
me up at Queen Prodigy on YouTube and on Twitter. Make sure that you subscribe, check out the videos, like them. Hit me up on Instagram as well at Queen Prodigy 0369. Keep in mind, I know I haven't really been advertising for readings, but if anyone would like one, let me know. Please keep in mind that you have to be over the age of 18 because that's how I run my business.
All right, go over and support Queen Prodigy's business. Hit her up on Queen Prodigy 0369 on Instagram. She'll give you a reading. You could work with her, and Chris A, along with me, can say she is authentic. Zabella.
Yeah.
Social medias.
I typed it in because I know it's a little complicated.
No, it's fine. You can say it too. Do both.
My Twitter is mandyeatsurheart, and my Instagram is mandyeatsurheart. Instead of YO, it's UR.
Okay. Yep. So it's Mandy Eats Your Heart. Yours spelled as UR, and it's Mandy Eats Hearts on Twitter. Okay, on Twitter it's Mandy Eats Hearts. Go over, follow, communicate, comment. I'm credible. And just support business overall. And don't miss tomorrow. Keep your notifications on. If you don't have notifications on, click the bell, subscribe, rock with us. We got more coming up tomorrow. You rocking with All Rights Reserved. We out. One.